Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So, between episodes, I've gone ahead and shipped everybody back home. Well, they were already on the road at the end of last episode, but I've given them some time to arrive back here. And most everyone is healthy with the exception of Bruce, it looks like. They just needed a bit of rest. And we've also started construction on the administration building, which you can see has really only yielded a couple of walls, but they've started the construction of a few more. So hopefully we'll see progress made on that relatively quickly. I've basically opened up this entire western half of the building, so we'll see this end get built, and then we'll open up this side, and hopefully the whole thing is done in pretty short order, and we can start using this building. We're also going to try to capture these dino Kyruses today. We do have a complete enclosure for them now. At least I'm pretty sure it's completely enclosed. It looks like it. Yeah, I don't see any breaks in the fence. So I think we're good to go. There is enough greenery in here for them to eat, but I am going to put down some shelves so that we can make sure that kibble gets brought into there as well. And what else? I think this is all finished. We've got the doors in, though somebody needs to go and open them. I have them marked for hold open, but until somebody passes through them, they won't actually do that. And then I've asked them to do the same over here. I should also create some stockpiles in here now that this is technically an interior space. And these will just be for packaged survival meals, so that if for any reason people find themselves stuck in here for long periods of time, they will have food available. Again, the reason we couldn't do that before, though we did try, was because that was technically an exterior space because of the... My mouse is being a little bit odd. Because the embrasures made this technically an exterior space. So we're only going to do packaged survival meals and only fresh ones, obviously. Yeah, and we'll set that to critical, so that should happen pretty quickly. Not going to do it over here yet until those doors get built, but we'll do it soon. Also, this this bathroom is completely finished. Anything else? Right, I don't know how much of this you guys got to see last time, but this is the layout of the away team barracks, as we'll call it. Lots of bedrooms, a bathroom in the corner here. The shooting range is going to be in the center here with a hallway down the middle of it, so you'll be able to step off to the left or to the right and jump into a stall for the shooting range. And I'm going to try to make use of this space back here, but things just worked out a little bit awkwardly. I do want the shooting range in the middle though, so I'm not sure how I can work around that. But potentially I could cut this into a few more rooms and turn this side into something other than a shooting range so that I can put doors here. But this side is definitely going to remain a shooting range, so I don't know what I'll be able to do with that space. We'll see though. And I think that's pretty much it, so let's get rolling. I'll slow things down just a little bit for the moment. As you can see, we've also got one of our growing zones out of the way, so this is all open space now. And this space will be used for some recreational items and a few things that are technically hygiene, but I think are going to serve us a little bit more recreationally. So I'm going to do like limestone hot tubs hereabouts. I don't know if I'm going to have like several of them. They're actually quite small. So I could do more than one. In fact, I could do like 3 on each side. I'm thinking like maybe one there, and possibly one here. Let's go ahead and forbid those for now. I'll leave the blueprints just so I don't forget. But I don't want them building that. I want them building the things that we've already queued up. And once this is completely harvested, which it looks like it is ready, I'm going to actually mark it for harvest. And then delete that growing zone. And as soon as they are done tearing all that up, I'll have them fill it in. We've already got stuff growing over here, though Devil Strand is not one of them. I think Devil Strand is one of these, maybe. Nope, that's all heal root. So we'll want to make sure that we do a plot of Devil Strand somewhere. Not that we're going to use a lot of it. In fact, I don't know that we're really using any of it, so maybe we won't until we decide that we might need some in the future. Right now, everything is being made out of cloth and, well, cotton cloth. And that seems to be sufficient, so aside from like the berets that we've been making out of Devil Strand, I'm not really seeing much of a use for it. By the way, Lester is completely decked out in a new uniform, so this is sort of what I'm going to be putting all of our away team people in. They're all going to have similar vests in the same uniform, but I'm going to give them each distinct headgear just so I can tell them apart more easily. So he's got this woodland camo boonie hat. For everybody else, it might be beanies, it might be helmets, but again, I'm going to try to keep them all somewhat distinct just so I can tell them apart at a glance, because, you know, when you're in the middle of a firefight, it's kind of important to know who you're using, because unlike my security team, these guys all have different skill sets and different weapons. The security team, while they do sort of have, you know, varying skill sets, they're all going to be using the same rifle and the same melee weapon. So I don't need to worry as much about who's doing what in that case. It looks like we're basically done over here. So I'm going to ask that they remove the floor. And once they've got all that tilled soil out of the way, we'll go ahead and fill that in. But it is, of course, faster to do it this way, because otherwise they'll sort of remove the floor as they build, and that tends to take much longer than just doing all of one thing and then all of the other. Alright, so it looks like we've made some progress on the walls, and we're filling in the floors where the soil was down here. I think we'll go ahead and try to take down these dinos now. Does anybody have a bola? Tails does. Okay, I'm actually going to call her over here. We're going to bring Riker as well. And maybe Bruce is still hurt. So let's bring Lester. Lester, get over here. Okay. So those three will hopefully be enough. Obviously, I've got other people in the area if things go sideways. But I'm hoping that the bolas will work on these smaller dinosaurs. Obviously, on the Brontosaurus, it was pathetically bad. And we've found that the other non-lethal options tend to be more lethal than the lethal options. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a bola at one of these things. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, then we're just going to shoot it with bullets and hope that it does not die. But so far, that's been the most safe option by a pretty wide margin, is just shooting a lot of bullets into something. Okay, Tails, I need you over here. And Lester, are you on your way? Yeah, okay. Well, let's get you over here or something. Tails, I'm going to go ahead and let you start throwing. Got a pretty good range on that, actually. Okay, so bola away. And it did slow it down. Oh, of course, we get the dinosaur with asthma. I guess it doesn't matter. Somebody's been treating it, though. I don't know if that's us or what. But anyways, yeah, we keep hitting them in the face with these bolas. She's wielding her bola like an artist, but she hit it right in the eye and didn't really entangle it or anything. Okay, so she's got her gun out now. And she's going to start shooting. Riker, go ahead and shoot. Lester, I'm going to ask that you don't just yet. Oh god, did you one-shot it? Okay. This is already not going to plan. Let's see if we do a little bit better on this one. I think part of the problem is we hit it with the bola first, because you can see clearly our bullets are not as lethal here. In fact, you know what? You stop shooting, please. Tails, I'm going to let you do the rest because your gun is of a smaller caliber and therefore a little bit less deadly. Oh, great. Another permanent brain injury. Okay, that thing is going to go down any moment, so we'll stand by. I'll keep you near it. And this is going to be a little bit interesting. Come on, buddy. Just fall down. Bleeding out of a lot of different places. But it doesn't seem to want to fall over, which is really unfortunate. There's a good chance we end up killing this thing. You know what? Go punch it. That's probably the safest bet if we're going to continue to damage it. Oh, wait. No, no, no. She almost stabbed it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, go punch it a little bit. It's going to square up with you. That's probably not good. Yeah, it's fighting back. Come on. Just go down. Why won't you just fall over? So far, this is not at all working out. I'm gonna get Riker over here just so Tails doesn't have to fight it solo. I was hoping a couple of punches would be enough, because it was already so wounded, but apparently not. Oh, you're eating. Okay, I thought you were helping out. I was like, oh look, one of our dinos came to the rescue. Yeah, Riker, you tank for a little bit. Alright, we killed it. So that didn't work out at all. Not much to be done about it. We just don't seem to really have adequate non-lethal options, which is really a shame because it's going to be hard to trap dinos and bring them back to our enclosure when our stun guns are like one-shot kills. And apparently the bola makes our weapons incredibly lethal too, because, you know, obviously this one died to a single bullet. It didn't help that he shot it right in the brain. But yeah, I don't know. That's obviously not working, which is a shame because it did work before. So we killed those guys. We will definitely try to find more of everything, really, not just those guys. But they are pretty cool looking, I think. So it'd be nice to have some of those around. Did we ever get these shelves built? No, not yet. I made it limestone because I figured they would just pull the limestone from right here. But so far, that is not really happening on either end. It looks like Petra is going to come prove me wrong. Tails is having a bath. She needs to go get herself treated, though. Not that she's going to die from that. Bruce, are you still... Wow, you still have a lot of injuries. I mean, you should be healing pretty fast in that bed, though. By the way, I forgot to mention, so Lau did get his new weapon. So every one of our security people has an M16 now. I've then gone ahead and queued up more production of the M81 or the Woodland Camo combat uniforms, and more of the Crycage body armor, which of course is everything that Lester is wearing. So, oh, you can't see him because he's under the blankets, but what I showed you guys earlier, the vest and camo he's wearing, is exactly what, again, all of the away team is going to be wearing. We're just going to differentiate them by headgear. So those will be produced on sort of an as-needed basis, but I'm going to start knocking out the uniforms and the vests in more of like a industrial capacity. So I'm just going to queue them up in batches, and hopefully we can get them produced very quickly. Though with only a single bench, obviously we're only going to be able to do so much at a time. It might be nice whenever we tear this down and move this facility, whether it be in this building or somewhere else, to have maybe a couple of these benches just so that we can produce uniforms a little bit faster. And keep in mind that I don't just produce the uniforms here. I also have to produce all of the regular clothing, because that's where all of the stuff that you see virtually everybody in, that's where it's all produced right there. There are certain things like the lab coats that are from the generic tailoring bench, which is up here, but everything else is coming from that one. And it looks like Whale is about to whip out. No, don't run off with that. There's another uniform. I'm just going to ask her to pick it up and drop it in here. No, pick it up and then drop it in here, and I'll forbid it. Why are you carrying so much material? I guess I don't care. I'm just very curious. But yeah, I'm going to keep them in here for the time being. It's just easier than having to find it in that mess of a stockpile warehouse over here. There are a couple of usable vests in here. In fact, there's a lot of usable vests in here, but I'm going to sell most of them because they are not the vests that we have decided to use. So, yeah, I'm just going to sell them off. But there are a couple of these Cry Cage body armors, although they're a bit damaged because they're, secondhand off of a corpse. Of course, with this mod, the ballistic vests themselves are not tainted when somebody dies, only the clothing. So we can salvage those and sell them, or use them, but they do often tend to be damaged quite badly because, of course, the person wearing it was shot to death. Tails, okay, you're wearing one of those. Got it. Allison doesn't have any body armor. I thought I gave her something like this, but I suppose not. These are both too damaged for her to wear, so we'll have to produce another one of those for her, or just give her a different vest. But the tactical rigging she's got on, while giving a couple of nice little bonuses, is not going to offer any protection. And given that she does find herself in firefights a little bit more than the average pawn, I think it's probably wise to make sure she's got some protection. So I'm going to go through very quickly here, since these walls are finally getting built, and throw in some wooden doors. And I need the vertical one now. I don't recall if I have any about anywhere, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab one from over here. And it is this door, but I want the vertical one, and we're going to put that in there. I don't really care what order they get built in. I mean, in regard to like the walls versus the doors, so long as they all get built eventually. So I'm not going to forbid them for anything right now, or anything right now. These, I suppose oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to say, I suppose I don't mind if they get built now, and then I got rid of them. So, yeah, we'll put those in, and we will allow those. But these are all glass doors. I figure the bedrooms, probably want a little bit more privacy than that. But we'll get all that built. Again, I think these are both going to be bedrooms. This is going to be sort of an office for whoever's running the place, and this will be sort of mirrored, but maybe one will be like the actual administrator's office, and then the other will be maybe an office for a couple of people. Again, I have these benches, these black hat stations. I can put down a couple, and we can have people earning oh great, our guards. You guys are supposed to be stopping fights, not starting them. Anyway, I can put down those black hat stations, and people will basically sit at that desk and earn us silver. So that's kind of cool. They can just passively create income. And we'll pretend they're, maybe doing marketing or something for us, rather than, hacking for money, I guess is what they're supposed to be doing on that. But yeah, we will maybe try a few of those out. There's also some cool desks and stuff here, but I think they're too limited, because as far as I'm aware, this Yeah, it can only research up to tier 2 tech. So I don't know if it's worth building that. Allison's got a shoot frenzy. I guess we can build one. Well, because we have the other bench, I don't know if we'll actually be able to see what we are able to research on that exclusively. Ideally, I'd like to only have these though, because they, look more appropriate to the setting. But then again, I also want to be able to complete our research, and so this might be the only way to do that. So we have a Rimunation arms dealer passing by. I'm actually going to grab somebody really quickly, probably Gomez. We're going to call them up because they're probably willing to buy a lot of the junk that we have sitting around here. And they might also have some good military hardware, or they should have some good military hardware of their own that we might be interested in. Though, it would have to be something pretty unique because we have a lot of firepower as it is already. Alright, so let's start with what we can sell. Not a lot, actually. Which is a bit of a shame because I would have liked to unload really like most of those vests, but yeah, they apparently have no interest. Okay, well that's a bummer, but not unexpected. Yeah, I'm gonna keep some of this. So all I really care about then is some of the more unique hardware. Got a lot of different sniper rifles and marksman rifles. However, these are a little bit too expensive. That's disappointing. They do have a javelin though, and an RPG 28. I can only afford one. But these are... Oh no, the javelin is only single use. Okay, well I'm glad I read that. One-time use. One-time use. I believe this is... Yeah, I think the ones that are 4,000 are the multi-use ones, because we know our Carl Gustaf was. Well, that's a shame. I would have liked to get another one of those. It looks like we don't have access to our full thing of silver either. Well, that's okay, I guess. Kind of a bummer that they're not willing to buy a lot of the Rimunation clothing, but I guess that's strictly an arms dealer, so they're only interested in the guns. But even then, I have a lot of guns that they weren't interested in. Well, no, maybe not. Just the shotguns, it looks like. I think they were pretty content to buy everything else. Is that cattle prod ever going to get finished? Something tells me somebody else jumped the gun on that. That would be down here. No, actually, that's up here, isn't it? I think it's this. Yeah, let's say one more cattle prod just so that they'll grab that one and finish it. Who was working on that? Tails. Why would Tails be crafting? I mean, like, she's not bad at it, but she's got a lot of other jobs. Taking kibble. No, I'm gonna ask you to do this first. Oh, I overshot it. Nope, there it is. That should get her to... Okay, first of all, clear everything you're doing. I want you doing this right now. Apparently she's not gonna drop it, but hopefully she'll go grab that blueprint and finish it instead of starting a new one. If she doesn't, then I'm going to cancel this order. Okay, it looks like she is actually going to go ahead and grab that, so we'll let her work on that for a bit. Hopefully she can knock it out really quickly, and we don't need to worry about it. My bill for uniforms has been completed, so I was only able to catch a couple of them. I think the rest did get delivered to the warehouse, which isn't the end of the world. It's just going to be annoying to try to track them down. But they're in here somewhere. I'm sure we will find them eventually. Actually, no, they're probably not here. They're probably down here. That is one of them. And there should be one more. No, right, because we asked for 3. One of them, I think, got put on straight away. No, actually, it didn't. Huh. Well, that's one of them. I suppose it's possible the other one is still, being carried in somebody's inventory. I don't think anybody would have put it on. Everybody's got a very specific clothing bill for what they can wear. You should not be wandering around here, stealing our food. So, with that finished, we're now working on the vests. I think one has been started right here, but we have 2 more that need to get made. Then we need to figure out headgear. Again, it's going to be a little bit diverse. I wish that the helmets here came in more colors. Like, for example, I'd rather not have the night vision, but I don't necessarily want a black helmet. I think the other color is a little bit better because it's closer to what our vests are, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. It doesn't say what camouflage pattern that's in. This is DPM, which is like the British woodland. We're using M81. I think I'd also... Let's ask for an M1 helmet. That's going to be... Yeah, only do steel, please. Don't need a solid gold helmet. That's going to be for... Let's say Bruce. We can also do, I guess, an M81 helmet. Who would that be for? We'll make one and we'll see how it looks, and then we can decide. Again, only steel. 6 or better. There were some more, like, modern-looking helmets down here. Not that those aren't... Well, they're a little bit dated. Black, multicam, PMC... airframe. I'm thinking like an airframe helmet for maybe... So how's this going to work? Because it requires plasteel. Okay, so this is just for the ingredients, right? They're still going to grab the plasteel even if I say no plasteel here. I'm thinking maybe Riker on that one. And is that it? There's berets and baseball caps and stuff. But then he's going to look a little bit too much like Virgil. So, yeah. Could give him like a backwards hat. And I might make a new bandana for Boss. Or just give him something else to wear. And oh, there's new backpacks and stuff. That's cool. Let's make one of these. And that will be for Tails. Sorry, Allison. Tails has one? Well, if I remember right, she has one of the plate carriers. Yeah, that's fine for her. Okay. Well, that's enough for now, I think. It looks like this vest is about to be done, though. So I'm going to grab her before she delivers it to the stockpile. And let her start on a new one. Unfortunately, that didn't come out very good, but what are you going to do? So Lester has one. It is, I think, better quality, but more damaged. Oh, no, it's still poor, but 71%. Bruce has one. His is a bit damaged as well, though, so I think Boss is next. He got one of the uniforms. Yeah, you are definitely in need of a new vest. So do me a favor and go wear that. We'll let his vest get moved over to the shop, and we'll just sell it. Riker still needs one. He's in... Actually, no, he's got the right vest. He's just in civilian clothing, so he needs a uniform and a new backpack. I haven't decided how we're going to equip Virgil. Because Virgil is somebody that doesn't ever really leave the base, even though he is one of the best shooters we have, or just all-around fighters. He's too useful in other capacities. So he's not somebody I would send out and risk killing them because I need them here. Okay. So you're all set there, and this is falling apart. So we'll just get you different headgear entirely. It's kind of weird seeing his face exposed. Maybe we'll get him something that covers his face just because we're so used to not seeing it. So what would that even be? There was a couple of like these balaclavas, and I think there was a helmet that included one. Yeah, the PMC helmet. I guess we'll make one of those and we'll let him try it. Okay. So that should be all the headgear that we need for a little while, or at least all the headgear that we're willing to craft for a little while. And it looks like genetic engineering is finished. So we are currently working on gene duplication. Is there anything else that we want to do? I don't know, actually. Let's get some of this more basic stuff out of the way. So I'm going to queue up advanced refining. And, ooh, napalm. That sounds like fun. That'll be good for now, I guess. Advanced geothermal power might be nice. Cloning vat. Sure. All that sounds good. And it looks like vitals monitors included with that, which is great because those are something that we kind of need. And maybe after that we'll do deep drilling. So that should keep us busy for a little while in terms of research. And I think I'll go ahead and end it there. So just a quick little overview of where we're at on the overall construction of the base. Again, this southern half of it is going to probably be all animal enclosures for the most part. Though I am going to duplicate some of these guys, probably like maybe one here. I don't think I'm going to do it in like every single space just because that would be excessive, but having a couple of them around I think is wise so that we don't, you know, risk getting caught out in the open if people are visiting out here. I'm probably not going to have one up here just because I think this entire part of the base is going to be blocked off, and the only entrances are going to end up being over here, here, and here. But we'll see. Of course, you know, we can still get attacked from the air, so that's not necessarily going to stop anybody. But if they do arrive on foot, that should dictate the directions they're able to approach from. We're going to continue working on the administration building, which we actually are making some decent progress on, so I'm pleased about that. Hopefully, we can finish off this side either before we start the next episode or during the next episode, and then we can open up construction of this. And following that, I will allow them to start on that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.